Hello, and welcome to the Student Experience podcast, where we'll be chatting to members of the University of Suffolk community, giving them the opportunity to share their experience with us. I'm Sam, and I'm a member of the Student Experience team, and in today's episode, we're joined by Amy, who's a school administrator and creative and critical writing student. We discussed her role at the university, her journey so far as a student, and advice she has for prospective students considering joining the university. So, Amy, would you like to introduce yourself and your role at the university?
Yep. So I'm Amy. I am the school administrator within the School of Social Sciences and Humanities. I basically do the running of the admin within the school. The school would be lost without me, I'd say.
I'm sure they agree.
Yeah. And I work alongside the PA to the Dean of School, Brian McCook, and also 3 academic administrators and our school manager.
Wow. So can we discuss a bit more about yourself and working at the university? So is there anything in particular that first attracted you to the role of school administrator?
Well, my background is actually in school libraries.
Ooh,
so
wow.
I was a school librarian for a number of years, but the decline in school libraries and the resources made me realise that it wasn't stable anymore. So, and I saw this job role come up within the university, and I actually know the person who was doing it before me, Sarah Hodge.
Oh, that name does ring a bell, yeah. Okay.
So I spoke to her about it, and she basically said to me, go for it, apply for it. So I applied for it, didn't think I'd hear back because obviously I don't have office experience, but I do have admin experience. So heard back, got an interview, was really nervous about the interview. This was back in April 2023, so yeah, nearly 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Came in for the interview, did a little task, found out I'd got the job a few days later, was very shocked. Had to wait another month before I started though. And yeah, it just went from there. I have friends that studied at the university and friends that are still studying here now. And obviously they said it's a great place, and obviously hearing from Sarah about how much she enjoyed working there. Yeah. She's still working here in a different department, I believe. Yeah. And yeah, haven't looked back since. I love the university, love the opportunities it's been given to me. And yeah, I don't think I'll ever leave the institution, to be fair. Yeah.
Wow.
What are sort of some of the key responsibilities that you need to do?
In my role, keep academics in check. So I take responsibility for the school newsletter, Keynote.
Yes.
I don't know, some of you may have seen that on the hub. Yeah, so I do that bi-monthly, and I get all the articles, collate all the articles, proofread them, edit them. Have to badger people for features sometimes, but obviously in busy months that's understandable. Yeah, I help with the Centre for Culture and Heritage. Ooh, so okay. I help run a lot of their events. I organise events for them. We had an event in September over in the Hold that we organised, and that was a success. Obviously contribute to the Talking Shop Press with Amanda Hodgkinson. Yeah. I work quite closely alongside Amanda with PhD admin as well for our PhD students, and I found that great because I get to interact with the PhD students because it's something that maybe I want to do in the way future, so it's nice to see that process as well. Day-to-day admin, do lots of financy stuff, diary management, just a bit of everything really.
Say, my goodness.
It's hard to get a break sometimes, but I always make sure I take my lunch break.
Yes.
I do not sit and eat my lunch at my desk.
That is super important.
Yeah.
Like you say, it sounds like quite a full-on day that you have. So is that what a typical day would look like for you in university? Or does it change a lot?
Every day's different.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll get academics coming up to you with requests like on a day-to-day basis, basically. And then basically you have to sort them out. You have to carry on doing your daily tasks. So yeah, you have to like manage your time well, but I'm quite an organised person. I always have lists with me.
Teach me how.
Yeah. It's basically having diaries. I like physical diaries, so I have a diary that I always write stuff in, and I always check my lists in the morning and things. But yeah, and the university's given me so many opportunities. I'm a mental health first aider.
Yep.
I did it's great. Mariana and Carrie were brilliant at doing that.
Agree.
I did my training in November 23, so but no, it's so important.
It really is.
But yeah, I've done lots of training. I'm also a member of AHEP, Association of Higher Education Professionals.
Okay, what does that entail?
It's basically like people that work in professional services all around universities all around the world, nationwide.
Okay.
And like there's lots of training and things like that. They have like lunchtime webinars sometimes. So if anyone in professional services wants to look at it, basically type in AHEP into a search engine and that'll come up. I've done equality training. I did interview skill training, so I'm on the list if they ever need anyone to be on an interview panel.
That was even a
that's
a
cool.
great.
I think there's some things on the CPD now to do interview skills.
You reminded me that's something I'm doing today. Actually,
but the university is a great place to enhance your skills and CPD. I'm always learning, which is a great thing.
Sounds like you really throw yourself into it as well. These
I like to make the most of every opportunity I get.
Of course.
That leads us on nicely to asking, what's your sort of favourite part of your job?
Oh, the people I work with, I think. They get me through the day when it's stressful. Sandra Mann, my partner in crime, PA to the Dean. We're basically a team of two, so she does admin as well with me. And we just get each other by. Our Dean of School is really supportive, as well as our Associate Deans, Amanda and Wendy. All the academics are really supportive as well.
Good.
I remember coming in on my first few weeks and being really nervous to speak to them. But as time's progressed, they know to come to me, and it's just, the people, I think. But also, I love doing keynote because I'm very creative. I love proofreading and editing, and I love writing as well. So it's quite nice to do that. So, because people can think admin work, it's a bit boring, a bit draining. But with me, I have had the opportunity to unleash my creative side as well.
That's what you make of it, really, isn't it?
I'm also the intranet editor for the school. So I do our intranet pages. And I can edit our pages on the website as well, because that's something else I'm quite interested in.
A lot of extra sort of responsibilities, but it sounds like it's tasks that you really, you're really engaging with and really interesting to you. And like you said, it helps spark that creativity and keeps it going. So what are you most proud of from your time that you've been here?
Being shortlisted for a staff award this year.
Well deserved.
I was shortlisted in the employee culture and experience category at the staff awards this year, and to even get that email to say I was shortlisted, I didn't believe it, because I was going through a bit of a dip at the time. I was a bit feeling a bit negative, and I saw that and I was like, what? Are you serious? But that was a great achievement for me. Obviously I wasn't expecting it, and then when we got the emails through about who had nominated us, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. But that's probably my proudest thing since being here.
It should be, definitely. It's like you said, we all, we're all human. We have those moments where we do question what we're doing and can we do our jobs and reflect on it. But like you said, moments like that help you realise the difference you make in this institution. It must help increase your sense of belonging as well. Yeah,
it's helped me gain a lot of confidence as well, because sometimes when I take a knock, I can feel a bit down for a few weeks. But that really perked me up. Even though I didn't win it, it was still a great honour to be shortlisted. And definitely. That was a great night as well.
Kind of helps you realise all of those extra things you do on top of your daily tasks. They mean something to people and to your team especially, don't they? And
I think we got an email saying that the whole of our school admin team had been nominated for some of the awards.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But it's just a great sense of achievement and pride. Fantastic. I've got my certificate, my shortlisting certificate, up on my wall at home above where I work at home.
That's a great idea.
So when I'm feeling a bit demotivated, I can just look at that.
So you've been here for nearly a couple of years now.
Yep.
So has there been any challenges that you faced so far and that you've overcome?
I suppose it's just finding time in the day to take a break.
Right.
Sometimes you can't get everything done in a day.
Yeah,
When
of course.
when people are like, you've got so much to do, people are pressurising you, and I'm just like, I got stressed.
Yeah,
But I always remember to take some time out and do self-care.
definitely.
When I'm feeling stressed, sometimes I'll just take myself out of the office that I'm in the waterfront building and walk along the waterfront.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great space, like you say, to reflect and just have a bit of headspace.
Yeah.
And away from a screen, just even if
Yes.
it's just for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's so important, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the main challenge for me is basically just trying to find break and to not get so overwhelmed when there's lots of things, because you can break tasks down into manageable chunks, and I just need to stop worrying and just do what I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is, you can only do what you can do. You're only human.
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
only one person,
Yeah.
aren't you? So yeah.
And the teams around us are so supportive as well.
Yeah.
You can always reach out for
Yeah.
help and that.
Yeah.
So do you have much interaction with students then, or is it mainly sort of staff that you deal with?
PhD students I
Mhm.
have some interaction with, because I help Amanda with PhD admin. So they'll come to me if they have any issues, and then either I'll try and resolve it for them, or I'll forward it to
Okay.
Amanda and the
Mhm.
doctoral college. I also have been dealing with undergrad and postgrad students regarding ethics
Right.
applications.
Okay.
So I do talk to students. I mean, my role is mainly like school facing, but obviously I would like to interact with more students, because I do like interacting
Yeah.
with the PhD students. But I have a few friends that are PhD students here as well, so that kind of helps.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like you create such a community around yourself as well.
Yeah, for someone that is quite introverted and has anxiety sometimes, I found a good little group here at the university.
Oh, that's great to hear.
So, I mean, talking about students, we know that you're also studying alongside your role. So
Yes.
let's chat a bit about that.
Yes. In September, I enrolled on the MA in Creative and Critical Writing part-time.
Wow.
It's something I've wanted to do for a long while. I know I have friends that studied it a few years ago, and they were always telling me how amazing it was. So I thought, why not give it a go, see what happens? And obviously I'm into my second semester. I go back on the 13th of January. And it's going really well so far. I absolutely adore the English team so much.
They're a really great team. Yeah.
My course leader, Lindsay Scott, I can't praise her enough. She is brilliant. Obviously, I'm having lectures with Dara Martin and Andrea Smith at the moment, and they're both so supportive. I had to do a formative assignment before Christmas, like for creative writing and critical writing, and I got my feedback for that a few days ago, and I was over the moon with it, because I
that's
haven't
good to hear.
studied for about 10 years.
Oh,
so,
goodness.
Yeah,
So you've really thrown
Yeah.
yourself back into it.
yeah,
Wow.
but it's amazing. And that's another opportunity that I've got from working here, because they can class that as CPD as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So yeah, it's
Okay.
brilliant. Can't fault it.
So it seems like you've obviously got a real passion for creative writing. So is this something you've always wanted to study, creative and critical writing?
Well, everything changed when I was younger. First of all, I wanted to be a nurse. Then I was like, nope, don't want to do that.
Wow.
Then I wanted to be a midwife, and I was like, no, can't really deal with the blood, so that's not going to be very
You could do
good.
both of them here.
Yeah.
Hey, if you change your mind.
And then I went to Suffolk New College, and
okay.
I did media production.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And you did photography within that, so I kind of fell in love with photography. So I thought I'll study that at university. I went to the University of East London to do my BA in photography.
Okay.
I enjoyed it, but a little bit of me realised that it kind of sucked the passion out of it for me.
Yeah.
So I carried on, did my degree, got a 2-1, really happy
Ooh,
with that.
finally
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of at a loss of what to do. So I just worked a few different jobs, and then realised my love of reading came back, because I've always been a big reader ever since I was in primary school. But then obviously when I went to uni, it kind of stopped because of
You have
Yeah.
to read when you're so
Yeah.
it's hard to say have reading for pleasure rather
Yeah.
than just for your research
Yeah.
and for backing up your referencing and things.
So then I picked it up again after I'd finished uni, and then I thought, I'm going to try writing some few bits. So in 2015, I took part in NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that's a activity that takes place in November where you have to try and write 50,000 words of a novel.
Mm-hmm.
I did it. It was very bad. I haven't. I've looked at it again. Don't know if I can do anything to it. But then it realised that I have got passion for writing. So then I started book blogging as well in 2016. Nice. Stopped that now because book blogging isn't really a thing anymore.
I was about to say, what is book blogging?
It's basically where you review books, you can do interviews with authors. Sometimes publishers send like advanced review copies to you as well. Mm-hmm. So I did that for a few years, but then now it's all about book talk and Bookstagram.
It's changed, like you said, the audience has changed slightly how they sort of gather the information, I suppose, don't they? So that sounds a great thing to do.
And I got nominated for a book blogging award in 2020 in COVID times, because I mainly read young adult fiction and children's fiction. Okay. And I got nominated for a book blogging award for young adult fiction, and that was really good confidence booster during COVID.
You've got some amazing achievements behind you.
And then I just realised I could write. Joined a book group at Waterstones before COVID. Met some lovely people there. Met one of my friends who's actually doing a PhD here. My friend Rose. I don't know if you know Rose Gann.
Everywhere. I've seen her name all over the English team and things like that. But it's she's doing some amazing things too.
Yeah, I did that, and then obviously started going to writing events, book events. I went to the Suffolk Children's Literature Festival that was here.
I missed it, and I would have loved to have gone to that. But
I went when it first started in 2022, and then I've been going for the last. And then obviously my friends were doing the creative and critical writing, and I was like, I want to do it, but I'm a bit nervous about doing it. So then
it's a commitment, isn't it?
It was around March last year. I was thinking, I'm just going to apply for it and see what happens. And applied for it. Sent off some of my writing, got glowing reviews from the lovely Lindsay. And just got accepted. My team were really supportive about me doing it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's important, like you said, because you're also working alongside studying. So,
but I go in Monday afternoons for lectures. They've agreed that, and I do all my studying outside of working times as well. So I mainly do it at weekends.
Yeah.
But because I'm part-time, I'm only doing one module at the moment, and it's a whole year module. So that's kind of a good thing for me, so I can do that. You've also got the anthology as well.
Oh, yes,
Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the theme. I think Amanda and Lindsay have sworn me to secrecy.
Oh, well, we won't want you to break any confidentiality.
No. But that will be being notified in due course. I think.
It's so exciting. We've been very lucky. I think you've been gifted some of the books by Amanda, haven't you? And it's amazing just seeing all the examples of past students' work, and obviously some of them are staff members now as well. So it's really, it's such a great community effort as well, isn't it? And it obviously means a lot to people within the university itself as well. And
my dream is to be a published author. So by October this year, that will have happened, hopefully.
Wow, that's incredible.
I'm probably going to end up crying.
You're ticking a lot of things off quickly.
And it's going to be a great thing. But I can't fault the MA Creative and Critical Writing. It's really, really helped me with my writing as well, and my critical thinking as well, because I was scared of critical writing.
I can imagine it's quite a full-on thing to take on board and understand and use as well. But I've been working on, because our assignment doesn't need to be handed until the end of the academic year, but I've been working on it already. And of course it's about Disney. We'd be surprised if it wasn't.
So I'm a massive Disney fan, as Laura knows already. I'm actually doing my critical piece on monsterization within Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, okay. That sounds interesting.
about how not just the beast can be deemed as monstrous, but other characters as well.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And then I'm doing my creative writing piece. I'm doing a modern day young adult retelling of Beauty and the Beast, obviously.
Wow, that's a
But
challenge.
Yeah. But I know the source material so well.
yeah.
So yeah, it's
You're
really
an
good.
advantage.
Yeah, it's just amazing that I'm able to like show off my interest as well through my writing within this course. Next year, in the next academic year, I'm hoping to take children's literature, so I can do that module.
You're selling the course to me
Yes.
now, I have to say. You're like, ooh.
Oh, I think the course team will be happy if they hear this. Because when I went on a trip to London with the English and criminology students. I went on that, and I was the only MA student on it.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
really?
I don't, but I was talking to some of the undergrad English students, and I was like, do the MA.
It's a really great way of, like you said, I really like the collaboration between courses, because like you said, you get the opportunity to meet with other students and say, look, I'm doing an MA, this might be something you're interested in the future as well. So it kind of helps build, those sort of links between the courses, really, doesn't it?
You say, like, do I have interaction with students? I do.
You do?
As a student, yeah.
You get to be on the other side.
Yeah.
Of it.
It's different being on the other side for a little while, because I realise like how much the academics do as well.
Definitely.
And obviously I get taught by people I work with, because obviously I work with the English team, but it's very professional. No work is spoken about during my lectures.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
But yeah.
So, I mean, how are you finding your sort of work-study balance? Because I know before we recorded, you wanted to chat about the option that staff have to study alongside their working.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Obviously, I've got a lot of support from my team. When I first went to them back in March last year to say, look, I'm thinking about doing this, would you be able to support it? Our dean of school and my school manager were like, yeah, definitely, you can do that. Obviously, you have to like sort out like when you're going to be in lectures and that. But yeah, I'm only in one day or one afternoon a week, so that's fine.
Help, I guess,
Out of office is always on, so no one contacts.
That work-life balance, isn't it?
But I'd say to any staff member that wants to study here alongside working, it is doable, and your team will 100% support you, because at the end of the day, you're doing it here, and you're basically getting the university noticed more.
Oh, yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it, actually,
But yeah, I study on the weekends, outside of work time. Obviously, if there's any events I need to go to regarding my studying or like workshops, I always make sure to talk to my team and my manager to say, look, are you happy with me going to this? And yeah, they'll always say, yeah, go for it. Yeah, we're happy for you to go for it. Just put you out of that. Yeah.
That's really supportive.
No, my team are amazing with that. And they're always asking me like, how are you getting on?
Oh, that's really good.
Even like academics within our school that obviously aren't in the English team or anything, they know I'm doing it, and they always come up to me and talk to me about it and ask me like, if you need any help with critical writing, you can come to me. So yeah, it's really supportive.
That's really good. So you've got like everyone, in social sciences behind you, basically, wanting you to succeed, which is always, like you said, when you have those moments of self-doubt, it's nice to know you've got someone backing you in your corner saying, no, you can do this. Yeah.
And obviously, if you're a staff member and you want to study here, you get a fee waiver.
Yes, that is a nice perk.
Yes. I try not to mention it to my fellow classmates, but yeah, that's a perk of the job. But you have to have been here for 6 months and passed your probation.
Yeah, of course,
But yeah, it's just amazing. It's amazing what opportunities have been given.
So you've mentioned what a typical day looks like for you. So what is there anything other than the amazing English team? Is there anything else that's your favourite part about studying at the university?
I love the facilities. I love the library, because obviously I hadn't really been in the library before I started studying. I love the range of books that they've got in there. I love the quiet study spaces as well, because I like to be in silence when I'm studying. So when I had my reading week back in October, instead of going to lectures, I came up to the library and sat in the quiet study space and just studied. Because I'm a staff member and I've got so much on, I haven't had much time to like look into like societies or the student union.
There's only so much time that you've got.
But like it's something I would be interested in if I had the time, like, or maybe even creating a society if I could.
That would be fantastic.
A Disney society.
Yeah. I'm sure you'd have quite a lot of followers for that one. So,
but obviously, I've seen what the SU are doing. I follow the SU on social media, and if there's something I'm interested in, maybe I'd pop down to the SU space on a lunch break or something and see.
Definitely.
But because I'm a staff member, it's quite hard to try and fit in.
Yeah, it's like you said, you're kind of a slightly unique position there, aren't you?
Yeah.
But I mean, in one phase, it's good to be on both sides of it,
Yeah.
because you can obviously have that empathy of being a student, but the understanding of how things work as a staff member. But like you said, it does, like, where do you sit with, like, outside events and activities and things?
I did check out the Freshers' Fair when that was on, and that was really good.
Yeah, it was really
It felt
great.
really strange though, because I was like, but I'm a staff member, but I'm a student as well.
You get all the perks and the freebies.
Yeah. Obviously, when I'm a student, the student lanyard goes on, the staff one comes off. The two personas, staff Amy and student Amy. That's what they say up on my team.
Yeah, it's good to kind of be able to separate them. And like you said, it sounds like you're being treated. When you're a student, and when you're a staff member, you're a staff member. It's good to have that distinction, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, SU, if you have anything coming up for a staff member and a student, then
Definitely
let me
worth
know.
proposing something to them, actually, because there is quite a few staff members who are also students, and like I say, it's quite a unique place to be, really.
Yeah.
But
Obviously, as a postgrad student as well, I've done all the freshers stuff. I did that when I was 18 in 2014,
you have to
2011.
come to our postgrad cafe.
Yeah, so I do need to come to them.
We will. Dates to be released soon. So
I'm sure they'd let me come up for a little while.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's literally, you can come for as long or as little time as you can manage. And it's a good way of meeting other postgrad students as well across the other courses, not just social sciences, but on like technology and business and arts and things like it's a really good way. But there will be some more dates released soon.
I did come to the one you did on induction week.
Yes,
I came up with
that
the
was
others.
Amazing. We had such great engagement. It was really lovely to meet so many different people as well.
I think after the induction, Lindsay said we're all going up there.
Yeah, that was we were so really appreciated sort of like the course team support with that, actually. So going forward, we're going to keep doing that, keep letting them know so they have the opportunity to come along.
Has there been anything that surprised you about studying so far that maybe you weren't expecting when you first started?
Getting some really good feedback on my formative assignment for a critical, because I was very worried because I hadn't done critical writing in 10 years. I was worried about Harvard referencing. Harvard referencing.
I don't miss that.
But I was very shocked when I got the feedback, and it was basically saying you've got a really good viable idea. If you do this and that, it can be a really good essay. Few issues with your referencing, but I like getting feedback, so I know what I can do to improve. I was someone that didn't like getting critical feedback, and I was always thinking, I'm really rubbish at this, I'm just going to give up. But now I'm just like, no, it's because the lecturers want you to improve. They want you to get the best grade possible. I am aiming for a distinction. We will see.
No, definitely.
But what else has surprised me? My cohort, we've got a very small cohort this year, but they are all amazing, all lovely. I've also spoken to some of the second year part-time students on the course, and they're amazing as well. And obviously I might be in lectures with some of them next year, so it'll be quite nice it's quite nice to get to know them as well. But I knew some already from my contacts.
Kind of gives you that little extra, lift with that, really, isn't it? Kind of, rather than coming into something brand new, it kind of helps, like you say, to know some people already as well. But and
it's like how amazing the university is, and in the whole, really. People need to come here.
No, I completely agree.
Obviously, I went from a university in London doing my BA, and obviously it was quite a big university. On my photography course, we had about 100 students.
Wow.
So
just in one course?
Some of them were doing like photography with something else, but 100 students doing photography. It went down in my second year, but
unfortunately that can happen, doesn't it? Sometimes people are like, actually, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
So from going to that to coming here, where the class sizes are smaller, but I find that better because you get more personal. You get to know them all personally. You get to know your lecturers a lot more, and you get more discussions in classes as well. But no, I think smaller class sizes are great.
Well, you do get that in feedback. Quite a lot of students really prefer that small case, literally for the reasons you said. They feel it's a more personal touch. Like I said, there's more time to have those ad hoc discussions, and it kind of helps students feel they can more confident using their voice as well, really. Yeah, so that's interesting to hear.
And obviously we've got the Royal Literary Fellow as well, Chris
Yes,
Hill.
yeah.
I've had a session with him.
Friend of the podcast.
I love Chris Hill. His books are amazing. You should read them.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
He did a session last year for MA students and English students. I wasn't a student then, but I just went as I'd already got an offer. And obviously we got the Talking Shop events as well.
Yes.
Yep. So we have authors, publishers, agents come in and talk to us. We've got an online one on the 28th of January, actually, with a children's author who was shortlisted for the Waterstones Book Prize.
Oh, incredible.
So that's on the hub as well. But if any students are interested, just talk to Lindsay.
Yeah. Is this released on like Brightspace or anywhere like this for students? Do you know?
I know it's released on the English and creative writing Brightspaces, but obviously I can talk to the English team and they can probably send that.
I think it's good, like you said, to like spread the information out to other students as well, because it could be something that they're really interested in from a creative point of view. It could be something they do in their spare time, or not necessarily to do with what they're studying, but sounds great.
And then we had the spooky event at Christchurch Mansion as well, run by Lindsay.
I missed out on that one,
it was amazing. Obviously Lindsay organised it, and Rose, who works at the mansion, ran it, and we did like spooky tours. We had students were reading Out of Suffolk Haunts as well in the main hall. Hopefully they'll do it again this year, because it was great. It was brilliant. There were students from all different walks of courses.
Incredible.
So you had like English students, creative writing students, you had film students, nursing students. So I think the English team tried to like open it up to, because just because you're studying, say, criminology, doesn't mean you can't have an interest in writing in your personal life.
Definitely. That sounds really fun. So you've mentioned that you've had some really great support from within the English team, and you obviously spent time in the library. Is there any other support that you've accessed as a student within the university?
The student records team, because I had some issues with enrolment, but the students record team got that sorted straight away for me. It was really easy after that. They were really supportive and very apologetic. I was like, that's not your fault, don't worry.
Unfortunately, like you said, everyone was in the same boat at the beginning of semester. So
the finance team as well, obviously dealing with my finance. I haven't had much to do with student life yet, but I'd like to maybe do a bit more of student life, student union. Obviously you guys as well.
Bless you. We're not going anywhere. You come and work with us anytime.
I think it's obviously because I'm only a few months in as well. I've still got to get used to what support is available.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm just thinking, but then as I'm a staff member as well, it's like I know people anyway. So it's quite...
It's a really good big advantage, isn't it? But like you said, sometimes if you haven't accessed that particular support service, you're like, oh, do I need to go to them? Can they help me? So it's always good to know what's available to you.
And obviously I'll probably be going to Chris Hill.
Yes.
When my critical assignment's nearly due.
We do. He's been on our podcast because we feel it's really important that students and colleagues know that he's there to support them and help them. And it's such a great extra resource to have him here, and to sort of really need to utilise his skills and his support, really.
I believe he's here till the end of the academic year.
Yes, hopefully,
But probably nearer when I've got my critical assignment due, I'll be like, Chris, I need to talk to you. Me. But I've had a session with him before, and he's just brilliant, and he's so encouraging. He gives feedback, but he wants you to improve.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
But no, he's brilliant, and you should all go see him. The second floor of the Waterfront building.
Good plug.
So, mentioned challenges that you faced as a staff member and you've overcome. Has there been any challenges you faced as a student so far?
Probably just managing my time.
Okay.
So there are times where obviously I get home from work and I'm like, I'm too tired. I don't want to study. But obviously it's just getting that balance of when I can study, because there have been times, even though I am an organised person, where it's like Sunday and I'm like, I haven't done that reading yet. because I get so carried away with my personal life.
Yeah, of course.
But,
So you have to have time for that as well, though, don't you? It's like you say, it's a juggling act.
Yeah. Enrollment as well. I had some enrollment issues, but that was picked up very quickly.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
By the amazing student records team. No, I can't think of any other challenges. It's been smooth sailing for me, really. Obviously welcomed into the student life again, student discounts.
Always a winner.
Uni days. Yeah, I was like, I work full time and I'm still getting student discount.
Oh, fantastic.
I am happy. Yeah.
Can't be bad.
But yeah, I think, but any challenges that I do face in the future, I know I can overcome them with support from my course team, wider university support, and even my team that I work with as well.
Oh, that's good. That's great. So obviously you're part-time, but is there any plans what you like to do after graduation? I know it's a little way off. But
graduation 2026, hopefully.
Yes.
My pack asked me this when I had our pack meeting. Get through it.
Yes.
I would love to be a published author. I would love to have my novel published, which I'm working on at the moment.
Wow.
40,000 words in. Yeah.
Goodness
It's
me.
been a long work in progress, though. I've been working on it since COVID. So I'd love to finish that this year.
Yeah.
We'll finish the first draft at least, and then edit, send that out to literary agents.
Yeah, incredible.
I would love to stay within the university institution. I would love to teach creative writing.
It sounds like you've got such a passion. You'd be
Yeah.
a great teacher for it.
I did want to do primary school teaching at one point, but then working in the school libraries in a primary school, I saw how stressed.
It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
I have big admiration for anyone that teaches or is looking to be a teacher.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to teach creative writing, maybe in further education. So that's something I can look into. I mean, one of our modules in creative and critical writing is writers in residence, where you can go into a place outside of the university and do a writing residency.
Oh, great.
So I'm looking at maybe doing that in my second year of my part-time MA and maybe going into a school or a college and doing that to get me some more experience.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good plan.
PhD, not 100% sure. No. I've seen how hard it is. I mean, it's something maybe in the way future once I've finished this for a few years, but
one step at a time.
Yeah. I don't think obviously working with PhD students, I've seen how hard it can be.
That insight.
But maybe one day. But yeah, my main goal is to get through it and maybe get published and have my name on the cover of a book.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to read
You'd
it
all
when
get
it's there. I was going to say,
Oh, well, I am looking for proofreaders.
Oh, well, I
beta
can
readers.
try. I'm not sure I'm a proofreader, but I'd love
beta
to read
reader.
it.
Yeah, that'd be but yeah, that's my main goals for the moment. Obviously, they can change.
Goals as well. Yeah, fantastic.
So, I mean, I know you only started a couple of months ago on your journey as a student, and maybe you could answer this from the perspective of when you started your role here as well. But is there anything you'd say to yourself now, if you were to look back on your when you're on your first day?
You can do it. Don't get so overwhelmed. Talk to people. Ask questions, even if they're silly. I was told on my first day that no question is a silly question. Don't try and hide. Speak to your colleagues. Get to know them more. And just enjoy the experience because you've got a great opportunity here.
That's really good advice. So what advice would you give to any other students who are thinking of starting? We've obviously got a new intake in January and hopefully we'll have more next September. Is there any advice you'd give to them?
Make the most of every opportunity you get. If you're struggling, book a tutorial with your module lead or your lecturer that's running that module. Obviously, make the most of the support the university has here. You've got the student life team, you've got the student experience team, the library team. Make the most of every support network you have. Come to the library.
Yes. Very good advice.
Yes. Come to the library, come and visit it, come and have a look at the books that are on offer, because I'm a sucker for a physical book.
Yeah, same.
Obviously, if I have to read something digitally, I have to read something digitally.
Have you gone to our book swap yet?
I haven't gone to
outside of our
Yeah.
office. We have a book swap for students and for colleagues, and there is so many books there at the moment.
There's a lot
So
of books.
please, I can show you after this.
Yes.
There's so many, but
Yeah, just make the most of the support that's given. Opportunities. If there's opportunities that come at you, don't shy away from them. Do it. Make the most of it. Talk to your course mates. Make friends. Go to the student union events if you can.
Yeah.
Don't be like me. Maybe I probably will do at some point.
That can be your next tick thing. Right, go to an event.
Yeah. Yeah, just enjoy the experience, be it if you're undergrad or if you're postgrad or if you're a PhD student. 'Cause sometimes they can get a bit overlooked, PhD students.
It's like you said, it's, I suppose, because you're a part-time student as well, like you pointed out, you don't always get the time to go to things. And I suppose the same with PhD students are not always around. They obviously have other commitments, so it can be quite tricky, I can imagine, balancing it all, and like you said, doing the social aspect of it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been a really interesting conversation. I've certainly learned a lot about your role. As a student as well, and you can really tell how much sort of the passion you have. For the university. So come to our final question now, which is our answer one, ask one. So you're going to answer a question from previous guest, and then you'll pose one to the next guest.
Okay.
So the question we got for you from our previous guest is, what is your favourite spot in Suffolk?
Oh, I love Felixstowe Beach.
Yeah.
I grew up in a seaside town. I grew up in Harwich in Essex.
Yes, yeah.
So I just have this affinity for the beach, and I love taking my nieces and nephews to the beach.
That must be really fun.
Yeah. So we have chips on the beach.
Good choice.
We go to the arcades. We get ice cream and donuts, and then we build sandcastles. They just play on the beach. It's just lovely. And they live in Felixstowe as well. So and the bus to Felixstowe is not that long.
It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like you said, there's so many things to do there. You don't necessarily have to spend a huge amount of money. And from a creative writing point of view, it probably gives you loads of scope and different things to kind of cover as well. But yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
Even in the winter.
Yes. Blow away the cobwebs.
Yes, definitely.
So thanks again for joining us.
No, it was a pleasure.
Amy.
It was lovely.
It was really lovely.
Great to get my voice out there.
So until next time, it's goodbye from Laura.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to the Student Experience podcast. If you would like to be a future guest, email studentexperiencesteam@uos.ac.uk or follow the links to our application form through our Brightspace page. You can also reach out to us through our Instagram page @UOS_student experience.